Namaste Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharini. My dear blessed spiritual aspirants, we have started talk on Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga in our previous week. Though I started in the previous week, I didn't mention much or I didn't give much introduction about Karma Yoga. With a very brief introduction, I went directly to Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga. So afterwards, I thought I should give some introduction to Karma Yoga, why it is required and etc. So that will be probably, it will help the aspirants, the seekers to understand why do we need Karma Yoga. See, because when we study any philosophy, especially because I faced this, when I was studying the Nyaya, that is one of the system of philosophy, or the school of philosophy, Indian syllogism, or the Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, which is the art of understanding the Vedas and Vedic injunctions. When these two systems of philosophy, when I was studying in detail bit, I was unable to comprehend many things. Why? Because I'm not able to understand what is the problem there. So whatever they are discussing, whatever the solutions they have been provided by the author there, so I was not able to understand and appreciate initially at the beginning of the either Nyaya philosophy or the Purva Mimamsa philosophy. So when you study Karma Yoga, or before entering the Karma Yoga, we should have some questions. Why do we need Karma Yoga at all? What is the necessity of Karma Yoga for me? I'm a doctor, or I may be an engineer, I may be a research student, or I may be a business entrepreneur, I may be a politician. So for me, how this Karma Yoga is relevant? How can the Karma Yoga be relevant? Does this Karma Yoga can play any role in my life? Does it can give any solution to my life problems? One is spiritual life, the other is secular life. Even in the mundane life, balancing my life and professional life and individual life or family life, balancing my secular life and spiritual life, and balancing many things in the mundane life, because we have got a lot of challenges in the life. And for all of these things, whether this Karma Yoga, the philosophy of Karma Yoga, can help me to handle all these problems. So why should I study at all? I can spend my time in watching TV or in doing something else. Then why should I at all listen to this Karma Yoga lectures told by Swami Shantivratananda? What is the use? What is the necessity? How do I get benefit? This type of questions we should have. Then only probably we'll be able to understand and appreciate the Karma Yoga in a better way. And also, a few people will be great intellectuals. They always play with the ideas. They always live with the level of ideas. For such people, I would like to say what the questions can be for you before entering this Karma Yoga. Now, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the Lord Sri Krishna has taught Karma Yoga. And especially in the 3rd chapter, in the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, if you see, in detail we see. And some places 4th chapter also. So whether the Karma Yoga has been taught by Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, and the Karma Yoga now which has been discussing, which is going to be discussed by Swami Vivekananda, whether both are one and the same, are they different? The people who are intellectual people, who live at the level of ideas, for such people, I would like to say, have this type of questions and enter the Karma Yoga, Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga. Whether both are one and the same, or Sri Krishna is explaining Karma Yoga in a particular way, and Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga is in another way, or is he both are going in the same direction, or they are differing, or they have got similarities, what so. And also, if karma theory, if karma yoga is relevant, fine, but why should I practice? By practicing, my bank balance, does it increase? Or do I get better jobs, better opportunities in the life? Why should I do it? Why? And also, because we have seen many good people, largely good people only they suffer. That's what our perception at least. The wicked people never suffer, or they suffer very less. Always the good people, the so-called devotees, always they suffer. So why should I why should I practice karma yoga? Why should I be righteous person? Even this type of questions, it should come to our mind. For such people also, karma yoga gives an answer. Arey, why to speak of good people? Even the incarnations, the greatest incarnations, they had to suffer in their life. Rama had to suffer a lot of problems. 13 years he had to go for forest. And after even coming back again, he had to leave Sita. And Krishna, he had to face a lot of problems. He was he took birth in the jail, in the prison. Afterwards, for many years, he was away from his biological parents. And Swami Vivekananda had to face a lot of problems. Sri Ramakrishna had to face problems. Jesus Christ had to face problems. He was being crucified. Now, so such a righteous people, such a good people had to suffer so much. Then what is there? Why it is so? How it is so? All such type of questions, it should come to our mind. Then with these questions, if we can enter Karma Yoga, studying Karma Yoga, then we'll get lot of benefits from Karma Yoga practice. The yoga is nothing but either karma yoga or bhakti yoga or jnana yoga, raja yoga, hatha yoga, kriya yoga, or today kundalini yoga has become very famous in the western part of the world. This kundalini yoga, all if you say the yoga word is a common, what yoga is? It is a methodology. Yujur yoga we say, which unifies is yoga, and in one meaning is, the other meaning is which separates is also yoga. The unification of the individual soul with the supreme soul, with the Jivatma, with the Paramatma is called yoga. And the Purusha and Prakriti, the individual soul from the nature, he has to separate. That is based on Sankhya and Patanjala yoga. Both are called yogas. That is from philosophical angle, philosophical description. In a layman's language, if you say, what is yoga? Means it is a methodology given by scriptures, and it is tested by hundreds of saints. That it is a methodology by practicing which, by following which, I will be able to realize oneself. Who am I? Who am I? Or what is God? So this ultimate truth, the ultimate truth has been understood, or it can be understood by practicing this particular methodology. That is what yoga. And in this yoga, karma yoga, the path of selfless action has been taught. Everyone has to practice action. We all have to practice action. From dawn to dusk, we cannot get away from the action. Why? Because to have our bread and butter, to have our family life, to take care of our physical needs, to take care of our biological needs, we need karma, we need action, we have to perform action. But the art of action is beautifully learned, can be learned by this karma yoga. And probably one more very interesting point which we have to understand is based on the Lord Buddha's teaching is, every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law, everyone we know that. Now, because of my previous karmas, that is called prarabdha in the Sanskrit, because of previous karma, I have taken birth in the particular family, in the particular circumstances, with the particular body, with the particular mindset, with the particular traits, character, personality, so on and so forth. There we don't have any change. I can't have any chance. I can't have any say. Fine. But now the further action, whatever I am going to it, or because of my previous action, whatever the results I am facing today, good or bad, right or wrong, luck or ill luck, happiness, unhappiness, all these things are bound to come in my life, no doubt. But how do I react? is very, very important. The spirituality, what does it teach? Oh, it gives discrimination. Viveka, we say. What do you mean by Viveka? What do you mean by discrimination? To how to react for all these things at all. Should I react? If I have to react, how I have to react for all these things is very, very important for all of us. Probably I will tell you a simple story, interesting story. Probably you'll be able to understand. I think one of the story I told in my previous class of Sri Ramakrishna's life, where he was told by Rudhai that he has to go out from Dakshineshwar. He never reacted. Nirliptata, I told you. The story goes like this. One of the sadhu was staying in the Himalayas. In the India, we have got Himalayas. In the Himalayas, he used to stay. And in the tip of the Himalayas, in the Tapovan, we say, Gangotri, from Gangotri, 21 kilometers you have to go, there's a Tapovan. If any one of you wants to enjoy, wants to feel, experience the silence, you should go there. That's beautiful silence. With the God's grace, I have been there. If you have to understand and experience what is silence, you have to go to Tapovan. According to me, that is one of the place. And there, in winter or after even August, say, after August, it will be fully ice and oxygen will be less. People cannot stay. Even from Gangotri itself, forget about Tapovan, even from Gangotri itself, many of the people come down. Very hardly people used to stay. But very few Mahatmas, indeed, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 sadhus will be able to stay. They stay in the Tapovan. Among them, one of the sadhus used to stay in the Tapovan nearby. And hardly used to, for 6 or 8 months, hardly they see any people. Then how they are taken care, how their physical needs, biological needs are taken care. Some of the sadhus, they bring, lentils, some potatoes and some rice they store for themselves and somehow they manage. And some they say, no, we are depending on God. We are depending completely on God. Whatever God gives us, we shall eat. If God doesn't give, then we shall fast and die. What is there for us? Such type of mindset people are also there in the Himalayas. So this sadhu, he was God-dependent life he was leading. He was always depending on the God. So, but the villagers knew that he doesn't have anything. He's utterly, he's really practicing the poverty. So he doesn't have anything. So every day, in turn, they used to provide food for him. So whenever the people used to go here and there, when they used to meet sadhu, they used to ask, Babaji, my dear sir, reverend sir, how are you able to take care of your food? He used to see the Lord as his beloved. That is like Krishna and Kuchela, whoever has studied Mahabharata will be able to see. So seeing the Lord as my friend, as my beloved or as my friend, that is one of the bhava, attitude we can practice in the Bhakti Yoga. So this sadhu used to see the Lord, his chosen deity, as a friend. He used to tell itself, oh, my friend is taking care of me. With a very laughingly, smilingly used to tell that my friend is taking care of me. Whoever asks, Babaji, how did you take the food? What did you take the food? Who gave? Oh, my beloved friend is taking care of me. He is providing. After hearing many times, the villagers felt, we are providing the food for this Babaji. And he is telling, instead of that, acknowledging that you people are providing the food, he is telling that my friend is providing. Then most of them, they discussed and said, tomorrow, we will not give food for him. Let us see what his friend, the beloved friend, what he will provide for him and what he will eat, let us see. And they thought, and that particular day, whoever was the food was supposed to be supplied, and it was told for him that for tomorrow, please don't provide food for him. Then they kept quiet, they all decided fine, and they didn't provide the food. Then afternoon, generally the particular time they used to keep the food and they used to go away. And whenever he used to feel hungry, he used to come and he used to have the food, take the food and he used to eat it and eat. And that particular day, when he felt hungry, he came out and he saw food was not there. Food is not there. Then he thought probably people have busy, probably some guests might have come, or for whatever the reason, they may bring little late. He thought and he went back inside his hut. After an hour, he comes back and he sees food is not there. 2 hours afterwards, he comes and sees food is not there. After 2.5 or 3 hours, he comes out, he sees that food is not there, and he said, okay, My beloved friend doesn't want to provide food for me. Fine. He closed. He had his tea and he had his water and he drank the water and he started leading his life. Then by evening, dusk, people came and they were very interesting, curious to know. Let his beloved Lord, what he has fed him, let us see. They came and they knocked the door. And the sadhu opened the door with all smiling. Oh, how are you all? May the God be gracious on you all, he said. Babaji, today what did your friend feed you? He said, see, every day I was hungry. So God, my beloved friend, the God, my beloved friend used to feed me. Probably today he himself was hungry, I think. That's why he was busy in eating the food. He never provided me. Fine. My friend's interest, my friend's thinking was that he didn't provide food for me because he was busy in his quenching his thirst or hunger. That's why I kept quiet. Just had a cup of tea and a few I drank the water and kept quiet. Then they understood. From the next day, they started supplying the food. Here, the interesting point is, he never reacted. He never felt morose. He never felt bad. He never cursed his God. What is this? For so many years, I dedicated my life for you. I meditate on you. I have taken you as my chosen deity and as a beloved friend, and you didn't provide food for me. What type of God? He never complained on God. He never abused, scolded God, and he never abused people also. What you people? You never fed me. Is it like this to do sadhu seva, service? Like this, he never reacted. He never scolded. He didn't have any reaction in his mind. It was always the same. When he had a food, whatever the mindset he had, the day when he didn't have a food, even he had a similar mindset. So this is what I mean, reaction. Why do we need spirituality? Why do we need karma yoga? Because to control our mind, to control our reactions. I may not be able to change the situations. I may not be able to change the people. I may not be able to change the world. Fine. But I can change myself. Means what? My reactions. And for this, we need karma yoga. And probably in the forthcoming days, when we study karma yoga deeply, we will be able to understand how can I react or whether should I react or not. And even if I have to react, how should I react? When should I react? How much should I react? All these things I'll be able to get. But most of the time, when situations happens, afterwards we feel, oh, I should not have told this. I should not have scolded him. I should not use this particular language, particular sentence. I should have kept quiet. I should have handled in a better way. All these things we see, either in the family or in the office, in the professional life. So all these things we can control, isn't it? The first prarabdha, whatever is being done already we have left some arrows, we don't have a control. But now, leaving the arrows, whatever we are going to leave the arrows, we have got a control on us. That's what reactions. The whole of our life, if you see, it is nothing but reactions. And that's why we are in the whirlpool. We feel that, oh, this samsara, this world is like a whirlpool. We are in this whirlpool. We have been caught with many things. Why? Because of our reactions. This karma yoga prepares our mind to stop the reactions. That's what we can see in the life of all the great people. They acted, they never reacted. And in the psychological language, if you say they responded, they never reacted. That's why we need karma yoga. It is a method of realizing the God. And the other beauty is, if you say Gnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, in the Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion, and in the Raja Yoga, the path of psychic control or breath control, it is all individual. I can sit in the house, in the room, and I can practice any of these yogas. Or I can go to particularly some cave, or in a seclusion, or in the forest. I can practice karma yoga or bhakti yoga or gnana yoga or raja yoga. But in karma yoga, I have to practice in the midst of people, in the society in generally. It is welfare of individual and welfare of the society. Both are involved in this karma yoga. And also, the karma is a wonderful tool because we cannot get away with this. Now, I don't feel, I'm an agnostic, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in the God, so I don't practice Bhakti yoga, you can say. But now, I am whether atheist or theist, whether agnostic or a devotee, I cannot say that I will not practice karma. I can never get away from the action. Either you may be a monk, or you may be a householder, or you may be a minister, or you may be a rich person, you may be a poor person, you may be a student, or you may be a business entrepreneur. Everyone has to perform actions. That actions can bind us, that actions can pull us down. And if you know the art of action, the art of karma yoga, the same actions can uplift us. From that, what happens? I will be benefited and the society will be benefited. That is the beauty of karma yoga. And the karma yoga, for that karma kshetra, the field is this society. Field is one's own life, and the field is society, the family, and this world beautifully. Staying in the midst of staying in the family, staying in the midst of the people, staying in this world, turbulent world, I can live peacefully. I can live happily. I can live with all equanimity, equiposed mind. How? When I practice karma yoga. When I became a master in the karma yoga, when I got a master in the karma yoga, I can live happily in the midst of all the problems, existing problems. That is the beauty of karma yoga. So welfare of the individual and welfare of the society both are achieved. That's what if you see the tagline of the Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission, Ramakrishna Order, Atmano Mokshartham Jagaditaya Cha. One's own liberation and the betterment of the society. That is done by this karma yoga. And but this, if you say, okay, we know, probably I've undergone a workshop, I know how to practice work because I've got a lot of skills. If you feel so, it is not that easy. Why? Because Shri Krishna himself says, Gahana karmano gati. To understand how this karma behaves is very, very difficult, and it is very subtle. And it is a beautiful weapon. It is a beautiful weapon by that you can achieve many things, and you can get away from many things, and you may have to suffer many things in the life. And also, this type of questions or this type of sentences we tell within. Oh, he's a very lucky person. That's why whatever he wants, he is able to achieve. And I am the most unlucky person. How much ever I try, I am not able to achieve many things. This is generally we tell. And there are some people, they say, oh, God is very partial. Why? Because you see, such a lucky person. Whatever he tries, for him the success comes easily. And whatever I tries, I don't get. I'm not born with a silver spoon because God is impartial. God is partial. Such type of allegations we make on God. And someone, for no reason, they become a very rich people, or they get a lot of advancements in the professional life or in the riches or whatever. And how much ever we are trying, we are not able to get. We say luck or fate or whatever. So all these things are nothing but God is neither partial or impartial. He is impartial, of course. It all depends on your own karma. Whatever today I am, whether I'm happy or unhappy, whether I'm good or bad, whether I'm right or wrong, whether I'm a rich or whether I'm a poor, it is all based on my previous actions results. And today, whatever I am doing, at the present, whatever I am doing, either good action or bad action, right action or wrong action, all these things, it decides my future. Means what? It is the science of infinite possibilities. You are the creator of your own destiny. That's what in one single sentence, in a small sentence, Swami has told this karma theory in a beautiful way. If today I am happy, for that I am the reason. And if today I am unhappy, for that even I am the reason. And if today I am a rich person, I have got a lot of things, I am a millionaire, for that I am the reason. And today I am a poor person, for that I am the cause. And this we have to understand beautifully, rightfully, scientifically, rationally. That's what karma theory is teaching. And beautifully, one of the sadhu, I asked in the senior sadhus, Swamiji, please teach me, or please tell me, please instruct me how to practice karma yoga. He told, It was a simple sentence, straightforward sentence, but it has got a lot of meaning. It is a profound meaning. Hey, brother, first you learn how to do action, how to perform action, then you can learn to practice path of selfless action. Most of us, we don't know how to perform action in a proper way. That's what dexterity we say. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. That's what Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. The art of action is very, very important. We can see in Holy Mother's life. She used to get up at 3 o'clock and probably she used to go to bed at 10 p.m. and she used to do all type of work, cooking, vessels cleaning, mopping and talking with the people, all the things. And she used to perform 1 lakh japam every day. And she never murmured on for any action. Oh, when Sri Ramakrishna, her husband, used to send a word that today some devotees have come more, can you cook? She used to immediately start preparing cooking and she used to feed them. And never she murmured, never she complained, but all the time, she had a lot of physical limitations, but in spite of all that, she was the happiest person. And many wicked people were there in and around her. Many selfish people, self-centered people were there in and around. And many people who had lost their mental balance, like Radhi and all, they were there in and around. And many narrow-minded people, very traditional mindset people were there in and around Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi. But in spite of all these things, she had a happiest life. She never complained. So she's one of the best example for Karma Yogi. Why? Because she knew the art of action and she was established at Karma Yoga. So by practicing Karma Yoga, what happens? I may not change the world. I may not change the people in and around, but I will be changed so that I can live happiest life in all given circumstances. But what we try to do, we try to change people. We try to change situations. We try to change the world. We are all busy in all these things. But by practicing Karma Yoga, you will understand that you can't do much all of them. Better you get change. I am that change. That's what. So the moment when you understand that I am that change, you'll be able to understand the whole world will be yours. Holy Mothers, for her, there was no one who was opposite to her. For her, no one was enemy. Why? Because she embraced the whole of the world, sinner and saint alike. Why? She was the greatest Karma Yogi. But the word of caution is we need lot of preparations for this. Oh, Karma Yoga, okay. I don't want to, I have to do the work a proper way and with the proper attitude. Proper work with proper attitude is nothing but Karma Yoga in one sentence, if you want me to say. Right action with a right attitude. That's what Karma Yoga. Okay, let me do it. It is easily said, but it is very difficult to practice. We have to do a lot of preparations. And if you see how this step happens, when I thought about this Karma Yoga, what are the steps, the progressions it occurs at 3 levels. So this can be the test for ourselves. The first step, the beginning step is work and worship. If you are very serious and if you are very thoughtful, then only all these things you will understand. Otherwise, probably, oh, Swami is making some, because he have to make he have to give a sermon, he has to give a discourse, he is giving that shit, you will understand. You will think that. If you have seriously thought on this subject, then all these things you will be able to understand and appreciate. The first step, our beginning will be work and worship. Work is different, worship is different for us. Then when we start progressing in this Karma Yoga, in the path of selfless action, then we start performing work as worship. First is work and worship. The second step will be work as worship. Second one is. The third step, the ultimate step in the Karma Yoga is work is worship. Either you may be ploughing the land, or you may be working in the factory, you may be doing some business transaction, or you may be meditating, or you may be helping someone, or you may be giving alms for someone. All things will be nothing but the divine worship of the divine. So work is worship. So that is our state. That is the ideal state of Karma Yoga, which we can attain when we practice Karma Yoga. And for this, when you go advance in a practice of Karma Yoga, what will happen? The first and foremost you have to do is Karma Palatyaga, the renouncing of the fruits of action. The first step. And the second step is Prasada Buddhi. This is very, very important. Whoever study Karma Yoga, they say Kartrutva Tyaga, Bhoktrutva Tyaga, Karma Palatyaga. This Prasada Buddhi is not been told. When you study deeply and when you cogitate only, this is, you get it. And whenever I was studying the Bhagavad Gita of Shri Krishna's, there I got this, that this Prasada Buddhi is very, very important. In all the great people's life, maybe Saint Patrick, or Saint Francis of Assisi, or Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, or any great saints of any religion for that matter, all of them had this Prasada Buddhi. What is this Prasada Buddhi? When I get a favorable circumstances, fine. When I get unfavorable circumstances, when I have to face unfavorable circumstances, that is also fine for me. When people say, oh, you are so and so, such you are a good person, right? Beautiful person, you are a great and all, fine. And the same people, when they criticize me, when they put me down, even I will not be. I will take probably as a prasada, as a God's gift. I will not react for that. Probably either you put in the water or you put in the milk. Whatever you do, oh Lord, I will hold on to your feet. I will never complain on anything. Such type of equiposed mind, equanimous mind. It is not the state of inertia. It is not the state of inertness. If you ask, I say no. It is an equiposed mind. At all dualities, you will have the same mindset. So this is what I mean, Prasada Buddhi. So first is Karma Palatyaga or Ishwararpana Buddhi. Whatever you do action, the fruits should be dedicated to the Lord. And the second is Prasada Buddhi. After dedicating whatever comes, or as a reaction or whatever, for whatever the reason, whatever I may get, favorable or unfavorable circumstances, situations, good, bad, right, wrong, happiness, sorrow, all things I should take as the blessings of the Lord, blessings of the Almighty, or as a fate, and I will never have any complaints. This is what Prasada Buddhi. This is very, very important. One who gets advanced in Karma Yoga, he will be able to achieve this. Then the third step will be Kartrutva Tyaga. The doership itself will go away. Probably I'll give a beautiful example for this, which comes in Bhagavata. Bhagavata is one of the scripture, one of the mythology among the 18 Puranas in the Indian scriptures. The Veda Vyasa, he was a great saint, great sage. He was walking on the bank of Yamuna river. The cowherd woman, the Gopikas, they came. Because of rainy season, Yamuna was overflowing. And it is overflowing, it was full of, the water current was very fast, and even any boatmen were not coming for the help of this cowherd woman. Then these people, they wanted to take the butter and buttermilk and curds for the kings, because they had the duty. They had to take the butter, ghee and curds, butter for the king. If it becomes late, they will be punished heavily. So they are getting tensed. Then they thought, okay, some of them they thought, now any of sage is there with his magical power, with his spiritual power, let him help. Then they approached, O Lord sage, O sage, beloved, we have to cross this Yamuna river, which is very turbulent now. Since it is turbulent, no boatman is coming for our rescue, for our help. By their help, we wish to cross the Yamuna river. Can you help? Then the sage said, okay, I can help you, but I am hungry now. If you can feed me with little butter and ghee and curds, milk, whatever you have got, then if my hunger is quenched, if I am able to quench my hunger, then I will be able to help you. Then because there's so many cowherd women were there and they had a lot of things, among them everyone, they gave some butter and some ghee or some curd or buttermilk or milk or whatever. He consumed all of that. And he said, now anadahato sukhi bhava. Whoever has fed me, let them be happy. Let the good happen. Let the good happen on them. He blessed and he said. Then they prayed, Ola sage, can you help us to cross this river Yamuna? Then he said, fine. He got up and he came near Yamuna river. And with a prayerful hands, he said, O Mother Yamuna, in the India, even the rivers are revered as most of the rivers have been revered as devatas. So, O Yamuna Devata, if I have not eaten anything, please get split yourself so that this covered woman, let them cross and let them go to the other bank of the Yamuna river. Everyone was feeling, this sage we thought is a great sage is telling open lie. What is this? But for everyone's astonishment, Yamuna river got split. Now, they were unable to believe themselves. How is it possible? He ate so much. He consumed so much of milk, ghee, butter and all. We ourselves, we fed to his neck or throat. He ate and he's saying that if I have not eaten anything, let the Mother Yamuna get split, and Mother Yamuna got split. How is it possible? Then they were not able to hold on to themselves. They asked, O sage, how is it this? How can you explain this? Then he said, see, you fed me, no doubt, but I am not the eater. I am not the consumer. This body consumed. I am different from this body and mind. I am that Atman, Brahman, and I know it very clearly. Whatever you fed me this body, this physical body, not me. So, because he had that Atma Gnana, he had the self-knowledge, he was very clear about that. He was never the doer, the Kartrutva Tyaga. But for us, we all feel that we are the doers. In a company, I did some work or some project was launched and it was fine. And the manager or the CEO of the company, he was thanking. And while thanking, either slip of tongue or intentionally, he never mentioned my name. Immediately we get infuriated. What is this? I did so much and he didn't mention my name. Because we have got that Kartrutva Bodhe. Means I am the doer. I did so much. He should have mentioned my name. Of course, there is no wrong in expecting that because yes, you have done the work, no doubt. But if you have to practice Karma Yoga, this Kartrutva Tyaga has to be relinquished. It has to be, renounced. And after saying this, the Karma Yoga chapter, which contains 8 chapters, the 8 lectures of Swamiji, is wonderful. It is a masterpiece. And one of the senior sadhu told that this is the Prakarana Grantha for Vedanta. This is the beauty. That's why we need teachers. That's why we need gurus. Prakarana Grantha is nothing but the introductory text. For example, on Thursdays I'm taking class. Whoever is listening, you will be able to know that Tattva Bodha. The Tattva Bodha is the Prakarana Grantha for the Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy. That is the introductory text, preliminary text to start study Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy. The Karma Yoga is a Prakarana Grantha for Vedanta, has been told by one of our senior sadhus. And these 8 lectures was given by Swami Vivekananda in Newark. And of course, the 8 lectures, when you say, it is not given in a chronological order. It has been given, our senior sadhus, they have discussed in a particular fashion, it has been published. But the beauty, in the 8 lectures, the first 4 lectures was given at morning time, and the second part of 4 lectures was given at evening time. Evening time, the basic students, the beginners of Vedanta, they attended, and the morning time, the advanced students, already they have attended enough lectures, they used to attend. So among these 8 lectures, either in the 4 days, and the 2 weeks and the 4 days, among the 8 lectures, 4 lectures were given for the beginners and 4 lectures was given for the advanced people. And all that 8 lectures has been classified, has been brought under the Karma Yoga. Now you may get a question, why are you telling this, Swamiji? Because you know better than us, so you want me to tell us? No. Now if you study the Brahma Sutra, which is the logical treatise on the Vedavyasa's logical aphorisms, or if you study the commentary of Adi Shankaracharya and the Upanishads, he had a system of thought, very very systematically he developed the thought. He had a particular idea, few ideas in his mind. He thought and he sat and he wrote. But whereas the Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga lectures, 8 lectures, was never prepared by him. He came on the stage and he gave extempo. He was a Brahmagnani, of course. He's the knower of Brahman. He's a sage where his mind was soaring always at a high level, at the level of consciousness. Such a person has given, no doubt, but it was never prepared. It was never prepared talk. For example, now I'm giving a talk, I sit and 2 hours, 3 hours, though I've studied a couple of times, 2 or 3 hours, I sit and I think and I make notes and I come. But whereas for Swami Vivekananda, when he gave a lecture on his complete works, or especially Karma Yoga lectures, it was never prepared lectures. It came extempo and it was given to Western people in New York 125 years before. So these things we should keep in the mind and we should study carefully the Karma Yoga or any lecture of Swami Vivekananda. Many times we feel we are not able to relate, we are not able to understand, and a systematic development is not there. Such type of ideas, such type of questions, such type of doubts, many serious students, they do get and they do ask me. That's why I'm telling you. So this was not meant for systematic development of thought. It was gave by Swami Vivekananda extempo, but there are a lot of ideas in his own way. It has got a development of ideas, so that we should keep it in mind. In the previous week, coming to now Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga, after giving so much introduction, I told that what is karma, or why should I do karma? If you ask, immediately we say that for bread and butter, for our livelihood, to take care of our mundane life. And we cannot keep quiet, so we have to do something, we do actions. That's all we say. So that is the very, very narrow meaning, narrow idea of karma, the role of karma. So Swami Vivekananda says that the role of karma is not of this. All of this may be there, but the role of karma is to get knowledge, is saying. Why? Because the knowledge should be the ultimate goal of the life, not the pleasure, is telling that. Now, why should we work? For our livelihood, for money, or for name and fame? All these things, if you boil down, mostly it will be for pleasure seeking. But Swami Vivekananda is saying that pleasure should not be the goal of the humankind. That is mistaken. Rather, it should be knowledge. Knowledge of what? Ultimate knowledge, the self-realization, or about myself, who am I? So the knowledge is the ultimate goal of the life. For that we have to work. The scope of karma, the scope of action is so much widened in Swami Vivekananda's life, or in Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga, that we saw in the previous class. And he also now makes an interesting point that knowledge is inherent in man. Now, for an example, someone is very intelligent person, he is very wise person, he knows many things. When you say, oh, he has studied a lot, he had a good schooling, he went to one of the top, probably in Dublin, as an example, Trinity College, or he was a student of Oxford University, or he was a student of Cambridge University, he had a good professor, so he had good tutoring, so he's a wise person. Or he studied a lot for a long time, that's why he's a wise person, we say. So for us, the school, the university, the teachers, the lecturers, the professors, they were the responsible, and apart from that, his hard work or his interest in studies were the cause for his knowledge. That's what we say. But Swami Vivekananda is saying, no. Knowledge is inherent in every human being. Knowledge is inherent in every being. Whatever, either secular knowledge you take or spiritual knowledge you take, it is inherent in man. So by practice, by hard work, what happens? I will be only removing the thick ignorance, the veil of ignorance is removed. And he gives a beautiful example that if a person is known to be a wise person, means what? By his hard work, he has removed so much ignorance. Thick veil of ignorance has been removed. And a person is known to be dull-headed person. He is not intelligent, he is not wise, means what? He has not made an attempt, he has not put his hard work in that particular direction where removing his ignorance. That means what? Anyone can be the wise person. Albert Einstein, oh, great personality. Srinivas Ramanujan was a great mathematician. There are so many Nobel Prize winners every year we see. Oh, they were all great people, they were all blessed people, they were all lucky people, and all we say. By this Swami Vivekananda statement, we understand that even we also can become the wisest people in the world in any field. Maybe in the biology, in the chemistry, in the mathematics, or in the physics, or in the thermodynamics, or in the analytical geometry, or in the art, or in the science, or in the spiritual knowledge. Every one of us can be the wisest people. Why? Because the knowledge, either secular knowledge or spiritual knowledge, is inherent in man. It is already there. Only we have to remove the thick veil of ignorance. Again, science of infinite possibilities is shown by Swami Vivekananda. And he gives an example, beautiful example of Newton's discovery of gravitational force. The story goes like this, behind the Newton's gravitational force. Newton discovered gravitational force. Every one of us, we know. He discovered, he never created. Why? Because the gravitational force was existed even before Newton's discovery. It was there, only he discovered it. He discovered that phenomena. The story goes like this. Newton was sitting under an apple tree, it seems, one fine day. And he was sitting and he was thinking something. An apple fell on his head. The apple fell on his head. Immediately started thinking, why did the apple fall? Why did it fell on my head? Probably if you and me, if would have been below the apple tree and if would have been apple would have fallen on our heads, what would have done? Would have seen here and there, no one is there, immediately would have eaten. Just we would have consumed, oh, fresh apple I have got. God is gracious, we would have thought, and just we have consumed, we have ate the apple. But he took the apple in front of him and he started thinking seriously, or he was brooding on it, or he was cogitating on it, that why did this apple fall down? It could have stayed there only. It could have gone above, it could have gone here and there, but why did it fall down? So whatever I throw an object, any object, it is falling down. Why is it? Why? This one single thought he started. He hold on to it and he was gone thinking. After some time, after some days or whatever, he was able to invent or he was able to discover the gravitational force. That means what? So he understood, he hold on to his thoughts and he started making a discovery, and he was reading thoughts, he was trying to understand his thoughts and he went to the source and he was able to he read his mind and he understood, he discovered the gravitational force. And we can see very beautifully in our Vedas. In Vedas we have got so many mantras, and these mantras were discovered by our sages, rishis. When in their meditation, when their mind was to the particular level, when it was gone, for them the mantras were revealed. So it was never written, it was never composed. So all these great truths was revealed, and all these scientists, they discovered these beautiful truths. Why? Because their mind was risen to the particular level. And it is there existing in the universe already. If even my mind can rise to that particular level, even I can discover many things. So that's what Swamiji gives. So the gravitational force was not in the apple. The gravitational force was not in the apple tree. The gravitational force was not in the sky or in some place where it came and it appeared in front of Newton. No. The apple fell on his head. It was just a mere suggestion. He held it on to his mind, thoughts, and he made a study of his own thoughts, his own mind, and he discovered the gravitational force. So by karma, by action, I can discover many things. I can do many things. So why should I do karma? Because to get the knowledge, to become the knowledgeable person. With this help of knowledge, I can do anything and everything. How? I see a beautiful house. How this beautiful house was constructed? Initially, I wanted a house. I went and I approached a designer for an architect. Based on my necessity, he prepared a beautiful design. Or the walls should be this size and this thickness and this material should be used. And a contractor, a civil engineer, he said that, okay, these things can be used and by this a house can be created. House can be built. It is all knowledge. And if you start building the house, how much ever we try, we will not be able to build the house properly because we don't have a knowledge. By trying, of course, by making an attempt, we can get it. And whatever today we see, all science and technology, innovations are nothing but the ideas. They are nothing but the knowledge because of knowledge. And this knowledge came from the human mind. The Swamiji goes to the extent saying that all the civilizations are nothing but the manifestations of your own mind, manifestations of your own ideas. Why? Because of the action. We invented boat, we invented steamers, we invented aeroplane, we invented satellites. Why? Because of knowledge. How it came? It came from our mind. How? Because of our hard work, because of our making an attempt. So that is the role of karma, Swami Vivekananda says. So Swami Vivekananda is widening the scope of karma. It is not for only bread and butter. It is not only to fulfill our needs or desires or to get pleasures. No, to get the knowledge, we can get it easily. Then afterwards, he tells that all our experiences, good, bad, right, wrong, happiness, unhappiness, luck, bad luck, all these things are nothing but you because of your own karma. So stop blaming people. We always blame, isn't it? Anything good happens, I say that okay, it is for due to me. And anything bad happens, it is for because of my family people, or because of my elders, or because of my country, society, friends, colleague, company boss, so on and so, or God, we say that. So stop blaming it, accept it. You become the self-responsible person. We can become the self-responsible person by understanding Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga in the probably in the next week or in the coming classes. I think next week we will not have because of Swami Sri Ramakrishna's Jayanti we will not have. And after 15 days in the coming Karma Yoga classes, we shall discuss how can I be self-responsible by knowing Karma Yoga in a better way. On coming Tuesday, we have got Shivratri. I invite all the devotees to from evening 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. we'll have Shivratri. All the devotees are invited to participate in the event. And coming Sunday, that is on March 6th, we have Sri Ramakrishna's birthday celebration. Morning 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. we have got functions. Evening 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. again we have got evening Vesper service and all. So I invite all our devotees, well-wishers, followers of spirituality to attend the event and make use of this beautiful spiritual atmosphere. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.